The wheels on the bike go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bike go round and round. Watch me roll along. What up, everybody? Here I am back with another review of The Haves and the Have-Nots. This is Season 4, Episode 20, The Fugitive. And once again, I messed up a recording earlier, so I'm coming back with something real quick. And I'm going to do it just by, I guess, the characters. I'm going to say, okay, so Jeffrey finally makes it to his house. Now, this is not in any type of order right now. I'm just going to get the scenes, how whoever had the most scenes, and we'll get back to all that later on. So Jeffrey shows up at the house because, you know, he has to be there for dinner or she's going to go take the police to Candace's house. So when he gets there, Melissa is coming out in her porno maid, whatever type of little outfit. I don't know what the little black little skimpy little thing that she comes out there, and she's like, "Welcome home, baby." And she said, "Now she's watching, so let's go on in there and we can go upstairs and we can have sex." He's like, "Child." He looked at her like, "Bitch, you out your motherfucking mind. That ain't gonna happen." And so she said, "Look, Jeffrey, I ain't gonna tell you this twice. My dad's chemo is today, and she's talking about she gotta find her checkbook. So you get your ass out of this car and come upstairs." And I'm sitting there saying to myself, here we go again. See, I went way on up here, and then then came back down, and it kind of leveled out for me when I seen where she was going with this. But I'm like, Jeffrey, it's bad enough your mama's telling you what to do and you don't want to do it. You should have checked that bitch. I am going to watch my language, y'all. I'm sorry. You should have checked that hoe just like that. Ain't no way in the world. Who you think you talking to? I gotta listen to this mess from her. You think I'm gonna take it from you? I don't care. No, I mean, and y'all know how I feel about cancer because I am a survivor. But I'm sitting there saying, tell her I don't care about you. You gotta figure out what you gonna do for your daddy on your own because I ain't doing it. Now, but he gets out of the car and goes in there, and they walking upstairs. And Veronica, y'all, I'm telling you, that little stab, we knew she wasn't going nowhere, but she really needs to be killed off this show, man. I don't like her. I don't like how crazy she is and how cuckoo she is. And I mean, she works my nerves, but you know, she gonna be there. She's like, "Oh, don't y'all look cute?" And she, you know, Jeffrey got that look on his face like. And and Melissa just playing her role that she's got to play so she can get her daddy his medicine and get him that chemo, keep him alive. And she got that little. So she said, "Well, don't mind me, y'all. I'm not gonna be listening. I mean, I know there's gonna be sounds, but I mean, don't mind me." And so when they get in the room, Melissa's like, "Damn. Now we gotta do something because she gonna be listening." She wouldn't have said that if she wasn't gonna be looking for it, thinking. So she's like, "Oh, Jeffrey." He said, "What are you doing?" Stop this. She said, "Look, you don't gotta kiss me. You don't gotta do nothing. Just let's make some noise before it goes. The bitch is crazy." And he said, "I ain't doing it." And she was like, "Oh, Jeffrey. And she just having her eyes closed and all this, just putting on her performance. She said, "Fuck this shit. I need my daddy to get his medicine." And so she keeps on. But y'all, Jeffrey redeemed himself. You know, I don't like him at all. I don't like his whole character. I think he's weak. I think he's sorry. And I don't like his character that much at all. But he sit there and said, "Oh, Wyatt. Oh, yeah. Oh, Landon." And I said, "You just worked that, girl." You just worked that, girl. Oh, my God. Oh, my little man. So, I was just looking at a picture of my little great nephew who I have been help raising or whatever, his first day in kindergarten today, and his mom just sent me a picture of it. He's growing up, but anyway, so she was like, "Look, Jeffrey, I don't know what you want me to do. I don't want to touch you. We don't got to do anything sexual. I just need. I need this for my father." And she said, "I even think my mother's a part of this thing too. So we got to play this role." He said, "Look, ever since you done came into my life, I done sit there and told you that this ain't gonna be the way it is, and you didn't even sit there and even went even further by to trick me." And to end up getting pregnant by having sex with me when I was already out of it. And she's like, "True, I did." He said, "Well, good luck on me working with you. It ain't gonna happen. I ain't gonna play the role, whatever." So, and he walks off. So that basically was all that was going on with them. Now, Catherine. Well, before I can even get to Catherine, I guess I gotta go with Hannah. Miss Hannah didn't sit there. Y'all know from the last episode that she didn't kidnap Quincy. Now you know she ain't gonna go home, and when she had already I pretty much knew that she was gonna go over to Catherine because she said, "If anything goes down, will you get me an attorney?" Now she takes the baby over to the Criers, but the police are at. I'm come over to the Criers, and Catherine. She sit there and answer the door, and she's like, "Well, she don't even work here no more. What are you looking for her for here?" He was like, "Well, we just got to check out all these different places or whatever. You haven't seen her. She hasn't called you." She said, "Why would she call me? She was my maid." She played it. She played it very good. She did. If I didn't know that, that she was there, then I would have been fooled too. But them cops are still, being cops who they are. She's like, nah. My husband is a judge, and he would have thrown her in jail. He would throw her in jail as soon as he gets out of jail. But she's like, "Well, no, I don't got time." So the phone rang, and she's like, "Well, I got to take this," and she let him out. So she goes up. The phone was Jim. "I need you to go to the hospital and see my son and see him." She said, "I can't. I can't." He said, "Look, Catherine, you hear where I see where I called you? I'm calling you from, and I'm in jail, so I can't go do it. She said, "Well, I might have Hannah go do it." She said, "No, I don't want no Hannah or David or nobody else go. I need you. You're his mother. I need you to go." So she gave him the little okie doke and got off the phone with him. So she goes upstairs. She said, there's Hannah watching over Quincy Jr. Like, here I am. I'm right back to disliking her. I don't know what her thought process is, but she's just starting to get on my nerves again, Hannah. So she said, Catherine comes in. "You must be out your mind. Kidnapping?" But he's so precious and adorable. I can see why. She's like, "Yeah, ain't he?" And she was... I ain't gonna give you the whole gist of the book today, but she just started busting out laughing. She said, "No, not the infamous goody two-shoe Miss Hannah is on the run." And she said, "Miss Hannah's on the run," and she just busted out laughing. She can't even contain herself because she's like, "Okay, finally, the Miss, I do everything right by the book, and everything else like that messes up sometimes too." And she wasn't the only one. And you want to know something? Catherine did need that laugh. She did. She needed it because she got a lot going on in her life right now too. So she needed that little laugh. And then Hannah, "Oh, you kind of hurt my feelings." She said, she said, "It's true." She said, you trying to get," because she said there said she was gonna go see Wyatt. And she said, "It's time for me to go, but I might not come out the same woman as when I go in there." And she said, "What are you talking about?" She said, She said, "When you got your son, and somebody put something, did something to harm him, you don't know what you might do. And she was like insinuating that, like the DA might need to watch her back. You know what I'm saying? Because she gave him that money, and she said, "Don't do that, Mrs. Cryer. Don't do that. That's wrong." She said, "Well, what do you call kidnapping? I mean, you just..." So I can't take no advice from you right now because you doing something wrong. And she said, "Oh, you didn't hurt my feeling." She said, "Okay, I'll handle this." She said, "What you want to do?" She said, "I'm gonna take him back." Oh, that's where the just dumbness in Hannah is. Number one, from the very jump street, Hannah. Let's just go back to that. What did you think you was going to do when you kidnapped him? What did you think you was going to stop? Because by you kidnapping him, when they do arrest you, he's definitely going to go into the system without a shadow of a doubt. And you will never have the opportunity to get custody of him. You should have let them put him in the foster care system. And then you, being the maternal grandmother, could have gotten him legally. But no, you did the stupid way and gonna kidnap him, and they gonna ever give you custody of a child that you kidnapped. Now you might, because now Catherine's gonna be on your side, because Catherine gonna go see Wyatt, and when she goes see Wyatt, she gonna get back and see how much pool she got left to see what she can be able to do for you. But that's the only feather you got in your cap. And deep down inside, I think you wanted to use that card, but didn't know if you were gonna get her to be able to do it. So you took Quincy over there because you knew she would fall in love with him, and all the shit that you've been doing for her, she would probably, try to do something for you. But you acting all naive, like you didn't see this coming. Save it. Save it. So and that's her right there. Now, she does some dumb stuff because she picks up her phone and starts talking. And y'all already know this is 2016. They can triangulate where you at and be able to find you if you use your phone. You should have the battery out and not even have it on or nothing. Okay, but she's on the run. Okay, so anyway, finally, Catherine. Is it Catherine? Yeah, I think it. Went to go see Wyatt. And you know how I've been fussing about she ain't no real mother because she won't go see her son. She finally went to go see him because Hannah definitely wasn't going to be able to show up there and go check on him. And so she decided, with Jim saying what he said in her ear or whatever, that she was going to go see him. And she goes there and she was like, "Oh, you just look like you sleep." And she said, and the nurse said, "He is. She said he was having seizures, but we got him medicated kind of heavily, so they have been cutting down. But yeah, he's doing good." She said, and he's been asking about you. She said he comes. He'll be awake just for like short spells or whatever. But when he has come to, then he has asked about you. And I said in my head, no. That's the reason why I said sending all these other people, he wanted to hear his mama's voice in his head. And even though he didn't open his eyes or do anything, just to know he can feel that presence that my mama's here. And I don't know what took her so long, but I'm glad that she did actually go and spend some time with her son. And and it'll be a couple of weeks more before, probably around the finale for this season, that he'll probably open up his eyes. But at least now he knows his mother was there. So that made this episode at least something that I could be able to deal with. So y'all remember Quincy's sister Quita? You know what? She's still talking about she looking for her brother. And she's still sitting out on the front porch, and people starting to let the other little dudes or whatever, part of the squad or whatever they are, team. Starting to kind of like buck. I guess she said, wait till Quincy come back. Bitch, he ain't coming back. He's gone. Boo boo. He's underneath the ground, and he might be dug up in a minute, but he dead and gone. So you can sit there and say, wait till he come back and all these little threats, because they getting tired of it. But there was this girl that that I guess Quincy used to mess with that keeps on coming around. Like I said, Quita just came out of out of nowhere since when she found out that he was over there at Candace's house, the last place that he'd been seen. But she's sitting there, and I guess this girl kept on coming past and, trying to get back in good with everybody. She's like, well, girl, why you keep on coming over here for? She said, well, you know how close I was with Quincy, and with him not being here, and I don't really have nobody looking out for me. And she's like, girl, get bye. I don't want to hear from you. I got enough stuff on my mind. I'm trying to find my brother. You over here sitting there crying all this blue. Why you keep on coming? Why you gotta go coming? She said, wait, I'm sorry, but I just don't have nowhere else to go. So she told her, girl, you better get away from me. So she left. She comes back in the episode a little bit later on, and she's like, oh, look at her. And so the dude, when she was talking to a girl, like, girl, what you doing back over here? Two of the guys come over and had a paper bag. And they say, look, we got some tapes right here. And they said, wait a minute, why you treat her like that, Queen? Let her come over. Come on over here and sit down. And so she said, thank you, man. Whatever his name was, I can't remember. She sat down, and they said, what's going on with you? Why are you over here? And then they sit there talking about, wait, you just slow, girl. You sitting there talking all this mess. You slow. She wearing a wire. And he ripped her shirt. She said, no, I ain't wearing no wire. And he ripped her shirt open. She said, what? The wire right there. She ripped the shirt off. And she was still saying she ain't wearing no wire. But so basically, she bye-bye because now Quita got the tape. She gonna go in there and listen to him because they really ain't been saying that because everybody looking for him too. So they I don't know what she broke down and said that she was wired for Veronica because she wanted to see what was going on down here, and I don't know why because none of them know where he is. They just as clueless. So I don't know what she would get from them, even if she infiltrated the whole situation. I don't know what she's gonna get from them. But she basically did. But my last... Oh. No, I got one more thing. So, Veronica goes out the house when they up in the room and they was thinking that they had to make it sound good because she was probably downstairs listening. But she leaves. And she got her little wig in her hand and she's looking just psycho as ever. But she pops up at David's office. Now, David's in there with Oscar. And he like, I got to get up out of town, man. Somebody fall on me or whatever. I found this tracker in my car or whatever. And, and I went up in this house and I'm just checking on my friend's wife and kids or whatever. Now I come in and talk about daddy something. They come in, daddy. So if anybody's listening, then they going to sit there and hear that thinking that that's my, my home and my real name and all that type of stuff. He said, but I got to bounce. Well, here comes Veronica up in there. And she got her blonde wig. And so she, I guess she got the divorce papers. So she was sitting there doing them out. She said, oh, so on the day of my son's wedding engagement party, I'm going to get divorce papers from you. And he was like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with your head? Are you just really that simple? Are you that slow? Are you that stupid? For real? And he gave her another. She said, what's this? He said, this is a restraining order. Not just for me, but for Jeffrey. You can't come within 1,000 feet of it. She said, well, I don't care about you. But it's going to be kind of hard because he lives with me. But you want to know something, Veronica? For real? Either he's going to have to move or you going to have to move. Because that restraining order is not okay. I have a restraining order 1,000 feet, but we live in the same house. No. And if that's what y'all going to try to make this law out to be, then no. And David, if you just making up restraining orders like that because you a judge, then that stuff needs to cease. Because that's unrealistic. Yeah, I believe that you could be able to make it happen real quick because you are a judge. But you cannot tell me that Jeffrey would still live in that house or she would still live in the house. Somebody would have to go. And I will just see where that goes, because that just, it is a fake story or whatever. But I've been working in the legal field for years. And I will tell you, that ain't going to happen. So, I started off this review, or this recap, with the wheels in the bike go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels in the bike go round and round. Watch me roll along. Well, the little nephew that I was telling you about that just started kindergarten used to have this little bike, or I don't even know what it is, like little car or whatever thing that he would sit on, and it would play all these different songs. And that was the song that would, when you press number 1, that would play. We played it over and over and over again since he was a little kid. So, and now that his little brother is on it, and we sing the same songs. But the reason why I was singing that was because that's what reminds me of Benny. Benny has got to be the dumbest person in the world. I would never, never, and I'm telling y'all right now, because now all the rest of this stuff is dealing with Benny and Candace. But Benny, the episode starts off with Benny rolling down the street past his house because he can go home, and the police is at his house deep, 2 at the door, 3 or 4 cars outside his house, and he just keeps it moving and pulls up. He's like, Candace, the police is at my house. Now, if they would have been thinking with a clear mind, Candace, she said, oh, it was that bitch Veronica. I know it is, because she had threatened Jeffrey, and Jeffrey told her. And I'm like, well, Candace, if you wasn't stretching yourself so thin, and you got all these different things going on, I mean, because you my girl, and I said I was going to stand behind you, but you doing some dumb shit. I mean, I can't stand behind you like that. I cannot stand behind, because you just stretching. So you would have thought, well, they wouldn't be over at his house, they would be at my house. Why would they have come over there looking for the body when she knows she said she was going to send them to Candace's house? But she ain't even thinking, because she's just so paranoid, because everything is falling apart on her. I mean, she got Ward that's probably going to be putting a hit out on her. She got all these things that's coming at her. Left, but boom, boom, boom. So Benny said, well, she said, did you go? I mean, what they say? He said, I rode past. He said, I'm on my way over to your house. So he get over there. He go up in there, just the most paranoid and just goofy person in the whole entire world. I'm not even going to curse right now, because I've been trying to be good about it. But he's just dumb. And so I'm like, he said, look, you just tell me everything that happened. She said, well, we stabbed him. Just give me all the details, because I'm just gonna say it was me, and that he came at me, and I did, and I was self-defense. And I did. She said, no, man, I'll sit there and tell him before I sit there and let you. And I said, thank you, Candace, thank you. That'll be the last person that I would ever want to be my alibi, or to give the story, because he can't do it at all, period. He cannot, y'all. Benny has got to be the dumbest thing. And when the police knocked on the door, if y'all could have seen his face, his eyes got all big, like, what we gonna do? And I was like, if you let him do any of that, y'all both gonna go to jail, because his whole story, he ain't gonna know how to tell the story right. He don't know how to do it. He don't know how to lie to his mother. He don't know how to lie to nobody. This man is just so dumb. I wouldn't even told him that I stabbed anybody. But he was just so persistent that she had to tell him. But he's dumb, man. I would never want him to be as a part of my little clique. I would keep him on the sidelines all the whole entire time. So the police knock on the door. Let Candace handle her business, Benny. Let her. But no, you got to be all. Come on. Because she opened up the door. She said, Candace Young? She said, yes. She said, we're looking for Hannah Young, because she's kidnapped Quincy, Jr. She said, what? But before he even said that, he said, we're looking for Hannah Young. He come around, what you want with my mama? You big old stupid, dumb idiot, dumb stupo, dumbo, goofball. Ugh, what's wrong with you? You could have just stayed back there, mind your own business, and just let things just happen the way that they was gonna happen. But no, you gotta keep on. You gotta come over there thinking that you go. Well, they looking for your mom and they want to go over to your house now and search your house. And I mean, they got a warrant. He said, well, I'm telling you, she ain't there. She ain't there. Like, okay, we gonna believe you. I mean, that's her address, her record right now. We just gonna believe you. Hold on, y'all. And they just gonna take your word for it, Dumbo. I mean, and so they said, well, look, you got a pretty door. Or I mean, we got a warrant, so if we gotta kick it in, we're gonna kick it in by force. So if you haven't with it, well, I'm telling you, she ain't there. So they go over there, search the house, and leave. He looking out the blinds. Oh, okay. So that's how y'all gonna carry it. I said, you got to be the dumbest person I know on the face of the earth. How in the world can you say that you grew up in the streets at all, period? Then he gonna go, so he looking out the window, so then he like, what am I gonna do? I'm like, you just as stupid as you want to be. So then he goes to the towing yard. Mitch is up in there taking phone calls. They got all these tows that are up on the wall, can be making money. And he come in, and Mitch was like, he said, well, what's wrong with you? And he looking out the, and I'm sitting there saying, nigga, if and then you gonna act like, what, Mitch? Why you asking? Nigga, you looking like you about to jump out your skin and you want him to jump in. You looking just as guilty. He said, look, he said, Mitch said, you gonna tell me what? He said, man, I told you, don't worry about that. He said, is that about, I mean, why you had that lie and stuff? He said, you gonna start trusting me. He said, man, what? He said, I'm the one that got the phone back. No, he said, I got the phone. Benny, you ain't getting no phones back on. Open up your ears and listening, but that's really not the case. Mitch, don't sit there and even tell him who you are. I know that you want to, but don't even do it, because I'm gonna tell you right now, he ain't the person that you want to know your business at all. I don't even know. You should just let him crash and burn, and you take over that tow yard and do what you want to do, because your family will back you up on it. I don't even know why you even dealing with this. Oh, he don't have no game at all. And then he gonna be questioning Mitch. Oh, we gonna have to have a talk. Man, he can tell you anything. He can tell you he's Peter Pan. He can tell you whatever he wants to tell you, and you just don't even have the clue to even be able to figure it out, because you so busy in your stupid lies and thinking that you covering something up. You can see it all on your face. You don't have no game face at all. You don't have none of that. You don't even know what I would even be talking about if I said a game face. I wouldn't let you know anything unless I was setting you up, and I wanted to set you up, and you would be the easiest mark to set up. So y'all So I'm really salty with Candace, because Candace is stretching herself too thin, y'all. She got War at any time can use his phone call and put a hit out on her. She got the money situation. She got all these things going on, and she wants to be worried about pressing charges against her mama. You know what? It's just as bad as how I don't understand the relationship, but she hates her mom. You hate your mama that much, and your mama hates you that much, that y'all gonna let this innocent child that don't have nothing to do with it. Candace, I don't care how much you dislike your mother, but why would you want your child to go into the system instead of not being loved by his grandmother and his uncle? Why would you want that? I don't care if you beefing with your mother. There ain't that much spite out the world that you don't want to see him go there. Because she ain't going to treat that child like that. You wrong. But just to add the cherry on the top of the cake, y'all, just to add the cherry on top of the cake, Benny's back over there we ain't going to get to the cherry on top of the cake. So Benny's up in the tow yard asking Mitch for his cell phone. And he was like, what? Now you gonna ask this man to see if you could use his cell phone because you think yours is they're listening to yours. Why in the world would you want to call your mama's cell phone to ask her anything over the phone? If they got your stupid butt line tapped, what makes you think hers ain't? I don't care what if Mitch's is clean or not. I don't care nothing about that. Why would you call your mama and ask her to speak anything on the phone if they're looking for her? You just dumb. You don't think like that. You don't think. You don't think. And then you gonna try to question Mitch. You don't even have it in. I mean, that's oh, man. You just as goofy as you want to be goofy as you want to be goofy. And you just make me sick. And that's all I'm going to say on that whole thing. Hannah and the people, no, Benjamin, I'm all right. Why are you even answering the phone? Because you know they can sit there and track your phone down to where you at. Come on now, y'all ain't even being smart. I mean, come on, Tyler, you got to make it at least seem reasonable. I mean, the episode was good, but it was stupid at the same time. So Benny goes back over there because Shannon had told him that the only way that she gonna give Quincy custody of her is if he sues the Criers, and she ain't gonna do that because the Criers about to help her out. So he don't need to know any and none of that because he don't need to know where she's at. And all that. So he just all clueless. So he goes over Camden, and guess who shows up? But when Jim told the bank man to go over there and tell her he wants that money back by the next day, he comes up in there and said, I'm here about the loan that you got when putting up the 2 houses in the tow yard. And you know Benny's eyes just get open. I'm like, Candace, if you thinking he's going to sit there and be able to help you out because he's going to show him next. Anyway, you got to wait for next week for what's going to happen. But I'm like, this nigga ain't going to be able to have no words for it. He ain't going to be slick and thinking anything. So I can't wait to see next week. I cannot wait to see next week because and the dumb gets dumber. It's all going to be in the hands of Benny. I gotta go, y'all. I went over my time, but this was a good episode. But yo, just piece it together. I mean, some of these things are just kind of stupid or whatever. And I know it's fiction, but you know, I guess when you're dealing with thick parts of my life, and I can call them out or whatever, I do that. But anyway, y'all have a good day. I will be back tonight. And I got something to tell y'all about my video stuff. I mean, why is the way, it's the sinking. But I ain't gonna go into that now. Holla at y'all later on for Greenleaf tonight.